Guys, it's been done. A car has hit 300 miles an hour. Good morning, everybody. Birch Video 573 here with another upload. I'm sorry it's been a while. Also, I just want to say thank you for 800 subscribers. We are well on our way. We passed that 750 mark, and we're working our way to 1,000. But as you guys seen, you've seen a picture of a Bugatti Chiron. Now, this car broke 300 mile an hour. And obviously, at first glance, you look at it and you're like, yeah, it's a Chiron. However, if you take a closer look, in my mind, it has to be the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport. Has to be. It's about time. The Bugatti Chiron's been out for a couple years now, I think, maybe. It's a 17 or 18 model, I can't remember which. It's about time for them to come out with a Super Sport. I'm assuming 20 or 21. But, and I kind of wanted Koenigsegg to be the first one to hit 300 mile an hour with the Jesko, and I think it can do it with its 1900 and some odd horsepower, or 1800, I can't remember exactly. But Bugatti Chiron Super Sport, because that's what I'm going to call it, because that's what it is, it's got to be what it is, has roughly 1600 horsepower, so it only has 100 more than the Chiron. Whereas, the phone rings, of course, but whereas in the Veyrons had, it was like everybody said it had 1,000 horse, but I think realistically it had like 987. And the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport had 1,182. So almost a 200 horsepower jump. With this one only being a 100 horsepower jump, I'm a little skeptical that it can actually hit 300 miles an hour, if that makes any sense. Now this 304.773 miles an hour is what this car hit. And that was a one direction run. So it's unofficial. Now in order to officially beat the world record, they have to do 2 runs, one in either direction, like the Koenigsegg did last year, I think it was. And its average speed was 277. With one direction it went 284, and the other direction it went like 271 or something like that. I can't remember, or 270. Now guys, with that being said, I do think wholeheartedly that this car is capable of beating the Koenigsegg's top speed of 277. Just because on one run the Koenigsegg went 284, and that was its fastest. And on one run, the fastest the Bugatti went was 304. So a whole 20 miles an hour faster. It could very well put it in the 280 to 82 range for the world record top speed run, assuming perfect conditions, you know. So I would like to see it do an official top speed run to see what it can do. So I am eager to figure out what about this car too. So I like to do, you know, little videos like this. I like to look up stupid stuff like this, guys, you know. I'll probably be doing the same thing with the Jesko whenever stuff like that gets released on it, because the only thing we know is it's got either 18 or 1900 horsepower. I can't remember. But if you guys were a little skeptical on if it is the Super Sport, I'm going to show you a picture right now of the rear end of the car, which is a little bit longer than the Chiron, and the exhaust, the whole rear end is basically completely redesigned. So with that being said, you can tell the car looks a little bit longer, and it is. It's 250 millimeters longer. That's the only specs that they gave on it, on how much longer it was. So that's the only two things we know, is that it's 250 millimeters longer, and obviously it goes faster, and it only has 100 more horsepower than the Chiron. So I'll put two pictures right here, one of the standard Chiron and then one of the Chiron Super Sport, and you can see just how different from a front angle they actually are, like, because the whole front bumper looks redesigned. it's obviously been it's been redesigned in the sense of aerodynamics too. So guys, if that doesn't prove your point on that being the Chiron Super Sport, then I don't know what else would tell you. Because I mean, for one, what kind of gave it away for me was obviously I could tell right offhand it looked completely different, but the same at the same time. Also, it was the color scheme got me. The black with the orange. That's the exact same thing they did with the Veyron Super Sport, if you guys remember. And it caught my eye right offhand. And it looks cool. I like how it looks. I do think it looks better than the Chiron, and I think the Chiron was miles above the Veyron. And so I think these cars are really coming a long way. That's for daggum sure. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think below. Tell me if you think it is the Super Sport or not the Super Sport, and tell me what you guys think it could do if it did an official top speed run. And let me know what you guys also want to see for future content, because I am drawing blanks nowadays. So we also got some other stuff going on that I will make videos about later. We're not in the works to do that right now, and you guys will understand. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for this upload. I just kind of wanted to make that quick little video. I thought it was neat. It's really cool that someone actually finally broke 300 miles an hour. So with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for this upload. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see in future content. See ya.